I got myself a new bike yesterday. Well, it's not new, 100 quid Facebook Marketplace. It's got an aluminium body and various bits of it are made out of carbon fibre, so it's literally about half the way to my old mountain bike. Now I've got a reason for buying this, so bear with me and I'll explain.
Last July, my daughter Alice and her partner Nathan did the London to Brighton bike race in aid of the British Heart Foundation. Their day started with a coach trip from Brighton to Clapham Common. I think Alice was regretting signing up already. The ride started off dry, but soon the rains came down and didn't stop. Despite the rain and Alice's bike playing up, they made it to the finish line.
I'm flat!
As we were sat on a very wet and rainy finish line in Brighton waiting for Alice and Nathan to finish, I saw lots of people going by. There were many different people of many different ages, all riding different bikes. That got me thinking, always a dangerous thing. If millennials can do it, and if old people can do it, so can I. There's another reason I want to do the ride. For the last 2 years, Nathan's done it in remembrance of his dad, and this year Alice joined him in remembrance of Auntie Janet, and between them they raised just under £1,000 for the National Heart Foundation. Janet was my sister. She was funny, warm, just slightly bonkers and loved her family. Unfortunately, she was taken from us in September 2022, aged 58. Completely out of the blue, she had a massive brain hemorrhage. She'd been shopping with Mum only the day before. There wasn't anything anybody could have done. Despite the care and attention of the staff at Bournemouth Hospital, we effectively lost her the moment it happened. However, there was one positive. Many years ago, she signed up for organ donation. We were asked if we would go ahead with this, and the answer was an emphatic yes. We can't share information on where her organs ended up, but at her funeral we had a heart-shaped wreath made on behalf of the recipient saying, "Janet, for giving fresh hope. We are all so proud of you." The British Heart Foundation was the charity Janet and her husband Pete supported, so for me it's an honour to get involved in this ride. Nope, I've got no idea why I did that segment either. The training for London to Brighton is going okay, but being the winter, it's limited to weekends if it's not raining. I'll ramp it up a bit when the weather improves. Well, spring is now here, but I'm not sure the weather has improved. I managed to keep riding over the winter by doing short local rides. I've actually got my son Ross to come out with me today, so I'm not wearing my lycra bottoms. Don't want to embarrass the poor boy. He's behind me, he's doing well. Still okay on that one? I've also been riding over Canford Heath regularly. It's great in the summer and autumn, but at this time of year, bits of it are rather wet and muddy, which is also fun. One of the reasons I love this route is I hate riding on roads. So most of this is on the heath. Not too sure about cattle grids though. All you see out here are a few joggers and a few dog walkers. And the odd cyclist. Oh, I hate these things. The last thing I want to see, I've actually got a phobia of cows. At least it's not a bull. Okay, that wasn't meant to happen. My longest ride to date was when I caught the train to Brockenhurst in the New Forest and rode the disused railway known as the Castleman Corkscrew home. Not quite sure where we are, but I'm sure I'll find it on the map later. Trying to mind puddles, horses and read the auto cue. Coming through, girls. Thank you. So in that direction you've got Holmesley Station, which is now a tea room, and this is the trail end of the platform. It must have been stationed during my lifetime as it closed in the 60s. Well, we struggled up Crow Hill on a gravel track. Now we're treated to a nice bit of downhill on a road. So this is worth exploring. It's one of the few bits of infrastructure left. Ashley Heath Station. I love riding old railways because of the peace and quiet of the countryside, but I'm not experiencing many hills, and London to Brighton has a fair few. Plus being old and unfit might be an issue, so... I do have a cunning plan for the ride. I'm doing it with my daughter's partner and a couple of his mates, but I don't think I'll be able to keep up with them. So I'm going to ditch them early on and latch onto any random group of slower people who also like to walk uphill and coast down. Sorry, Nath, but I will try and keep up.
I would like to keep up with the youngsters, so I've come up with a new training route, round Poole Harbour. This route takes in the absolutely stunning Corfe Castle, which was built just after 1066. During the English Civil War, it was a royalist stronghold in a parliamentary county. After a long siege, Parliament voted to demolish it, leaving it in its current ruined state. It's now National Trust. Like London to Brighton, the round the harbour route has got hills and nice views.
Wow! Oh, that's a bit rocky. Didn't expect that. And we get the ferry trip as well.
It goes downhill a bit when you hit the Sandbanks Peninsula and all of the traffic.
I'm planning on doing this ride a few more times before the big race, but varying the route slightly so that I can use my road bike.
The date of the ride is Sunday 16th of June. If you'd like to know a little bit more about Janet or make a donation, please visit my Just Giving page. The link's below.